Were you able to do the homework? Any questions? I'm not going to go through that because it was online and the answers should be there already, and it was simple, I guess. Were you able to do it? Any question?
Yeah.
Any doubt on that? No?
Mahoday, one question on karoshi. So I thought it's she, but is she also acceptable, or is it special case for kru dhatu?
Yeah, it's a special case for kru dhatu. It becomes sha, more than a sha. Shanmukha sha, karoshi, not karosi.
Dhanyawad, Mahoday.
So here are some examples we can talk about. Halanta Shabda we are talking. Where are the Shabda? Halanta Pullinga Shabda examples are there. Jalamuch, Vanij, Raj, Marut, etc. And there are Strilinga Shabda also. The good thing about is when we look at this Pullinga Shabda and Strilinga Shabda, Halanta Shabda especially, they are much easier to remember because the forms of these based on the Linga Halanta, if they're Halanta, they do not change, they're same. If you look at Halanta and watch, for example, watch and then is there a Jalamuchi or no? Jalamuchi not there. So you can check here, Jalamuch is there. Jalamuch Pullinga if you take, right? Jalamuk, Jalamucha, Jalamuchaha. And we have here watch, walk, right? Walk, vacha, vachaha. You do like walk, vacha, vachaha, vacham, vacha, vachaha. So here we have Jalamuk, Jalamucha, Jalamuchaha, Jalamucham, Jalamucha, Jalamuchaha, which will be exactly same as walk Shabda. Actually, watch Shabda. Watch is the Pratipadikam, but in Prathama Vibhakti Ekvachanam it becomes walk. Jalamuch becomes Jalamuk, Jalamucham, Jalamucha, etc. Jalamuk, Jalamuk, Jalamucho, Jalamuchaha, Jalamucham, Jalamucho, Jalamuchaha, etc. So that is the good thing that is easy to remember. This Halanta, which are based on Linga, it doesn't affect the form. Whereas in the Ajanta Shabdas, there could be some changes, like Ukaranta Pullinga, Ukaranta Strilinga, Ukaranta also could be similar mostly, but there could be some changes there. Let's take some examples. The Halanta Shabdas are very common, right, in usage. So here some examples are given here. This we saw last time. Other one is Sukharthi Chet Tejet Vidyam Vidyarthi Chet Tejet Sukham Sukharthina Kuto Vidyarthina Sukham. So in this Subhashitam, what are the words here? Sukharthi Te Chet Tejet Vidyam. So these are already words are separated and shown here. Sukharthi, this is one Halanta Pullinga Shabda. Right? So what will it to be similar to what Shabda here? Like Karin. can take Karin, so Vidyarthin or Karin, like that. Sukharthi, Sukharthin, Vidyarthin. These are the words. Nakaranta Pullinga Shabda. Sukharthin, Vidyarthin, etc. Sukharthi, Vidyarthi in the Pullinga Prathama Vibhakti Ekavachan. Sukharthi Chet Tejet Vidyam. So if what does mean? Nila Bhagini? Any meaning?
The one that is looking for pleasure. Chet, Tyajet. Tyajet is to leave.
Yeah, should leave.
Yeah, to leave. Vidyam, Vidyardhi. Vidyardhi should look for Vidya. Vidya, if he leaves it, Tyajet for Sukham, for the pleasure.
Vidyarthi should leave the pleasure. Sukha. So hard work is involved. That's what it means. If one wants to learn something, they should do the hard work. Then Sukharthinah Kutaha Vidya. Kutaha means where. Sukharthinah Kutaha Vidya. Now Sukharthinah is our focus word here. So Sukharthinah, what is the form? Linga Vachana Vibhakti.
Pullinga. Sukharthinah. Pullinga Ekavachanam. Prathama Vibhakti.
Prathama Vibhakti we saw. It is Sukharthi is the Prathama Vibhakti. Now what is the Vibhakti of Sukharthinah?
Sukharthi.
So you look at the
Karin. Oh, Rajanaha. Right, it's like Karina. So that's Bhagavachanam.
Where? Which Vibhakti?
Parama Vibhakti, Bhagavachanam.
So the forms will be Sukharthi, Sukharthino,
Sukharthinaha.
So but there are other places also where the similar form is there, right? Where are they? Where are they? Karinaha. Karinaha. Like Karinaha, there are Karina is Prathama Vibhakti Bhavachanam, right? But there are other places here you see where there is Karinaha.
Karinaha is in the Dvitiya.
Dvitiya Bhavachanam.
Bhavachanam, yeah. And Karinaha. Panchami. Karina. Yeah, it's the same. Ekavachanam, Panchami Vibhakti.
And there are more places.
And Shashti. Ekavachanam.
Panchami Ekavachanam, Shashti Ekavachanam, Ditya Bhavachanam, Pratama Bhavachanam, Sambodhanam Bhavachanam.
Sambodhanam, yes.
So everywhere there is same form.
So it's context. So the Vachanam Vibhakti will be under context.
Correct. So
and so is the Vachanam, Ekavachanam and Bahuvachanam. So Sukharthina Kute Vidya.
Sukharthina. So now we'll have to think what could be the meaning here. So first it said Sukharthi, Chet. Sukharthi is clear, that is always Prathama Vibhakti. Right? Kari, like Kari. That is another form. Now here Sukharthina Kuto Vidya. Vidya. Now what is the Vibhakti of Vidya?
Vidya. Vidya is the Strilinga.
Strilinga.
Ekavachanam.
Prathama Vibhakti Ekavachanam.
Yeah.
Now, so what this could mean? Vidya, where, kutha means where knowledge.
So it will be Panchami, Sukhadinaha, the leaving, separating.
So if it is Panchami, like for example Gruhat, like let's think of Gruhat or Balakat, that is Panchami, right? Gruhat kutah vidya. Suppose if we form a sentence like that, so what does it mean? Where would vidya come out of Gruham or a house? Okay? So here if you put Panchami and Sukarthinaha, it means where would where vidya come out of people seeking pleasure, or person seeking ekavachanam asti. So person seeking pleasure. So which maybe okay, but think of other vibhaktis also.
Other, it's not quite fitting.
So think of like a balaka here. In place of balaka, using balaka, try putting shashti bhakti, panchami bhakti, like. So palakat kutah vidya is one possibility. Balakasya kutah vidya, or balakan. Ditya bhavachanam is also could be possible. Sukarthina. Balakan kutah vidya.
I think it's a Vitiya is probably more one that's not looking at Vidya.
Balakan kutah vidya. So how Balakan kutah vidya is one possibility combination, but here the most appropriate is Shashti ekavachanam. Balakasya kutah vidya.
Oh, okay.
How come? Where the vidya will go off? Vidya of balaka. Here, person seeking pleasure.
It's the education is coming from the balaka because he's seeking the sukham.
Not from. It's going. It belongs to him.
It belongs to him. Okay.
Balakasya sukharthinah shashti. Like bhavatah nama kim. Right? Bhavatyaha nama kim. That is shashti. So here bhavatah, like that, sukharthinah kutah vidya. Then kutah vidyarthinah sukham. There also shashti ekavachanam. So where, how come, or where, how is it possible that, or where would be sukha belonging to that vidyarthi or of that vidyarthi? What does it mean overall? The subhashitam sukharthana kuta vidya. So if the person who is seeking pleasure, how would he attain the knowledge? And vidyarthi, one who is seeking knowledge, where would be pleasure for him? There won't be pleasure for him. In the laukika sense, because obviously for vidyarthi, vidya itself is the sukham, but in the material sukha won't be there for him. Then
thank you, Mahavya.
Actually, there is a nice example given in Mallinatha's story. Guru tells him that Mallinatha.
I can't hear you. Rashma, it's very low.
Better now?
Yeah.
Okay, there is a good example in Mallinatha's story. So when he goes to his guru tells his Guru Patni that, as long as feed him some bitter pickle, when he starts to tell you about the taste of the pickle, let me know. And for a long time, Mallinatha doesn't even talk about the bitterness of the pickle. But after some years, then suddenly one day he says that, tells his Guru Patni that, why are you serving me bitter pickle? That's when the guru says that, okay, now your education is complete, where you're now focusing on the material properties of food that you're eating. Till now, same thing was served, but you did not eat it. You did not notice the bitterness of the food.
Yeah, yeah. Uttama. Yes. So now the last line here also there is similar example. Dehinah asmin yatha dehe kaumaram yauvanam jara. This from Bhagavad Gita. Dehinosmin yatha dehe kaumaram yauvanam jara. Dehinah. So here also, as you see here, like Sukharthinah, Dehinah is Shashti Ekavachanam. Dehi or Dehin is a Pratipadikam, means one who has Deha, one who has Shariram, body. So that's a Pullinga, Dehi, then Dehinah, of that person who is having body, Dehinah. So read any, do you have anybody has any shloka from anything? Mostly there will be one example you find from Halanta Shabda. You can take one shloka from anything, any book you have, or like Bhagavad Gita or anything. Anybody want to read? Vijayanta, do you have any book near you right now?
Not the Bhagavad Gita, so it's downstairs.
Huh?
I don't have the Bhagavad Gita book now.
Any other Subhashitam, anything Prajwal Moday or Raghu Moday have?
Nothing goes by, Mahoday. Maybe we search the internet.
Vagardhaviva Samprattam. Does it have any?
Yeah. Read the full shloka.
Vagardhaviva Samprattam Vagardha Pratipachyate Jagatah Pitarau Vande Parvati Parameshwara.
Vagartha viva sampraktau. So there we have Vagarthau iva. Vagarthau is like Vagartha, like Rama. Iva. Sampraktau is also like Rama. Vagartha Pratipattaye. Pratipattaye is Pratipatti, like Pratipatti is like Kavi. Kavaye, or like Mataye. Strilinga. They are all Ikaranta, Akaranta, Ikaranta. Then the next one is Jagataha Pitara Vande. There, what is Jagataha? Jagataha Pitarau Vande. Pitarau we know, it is Ditya, Pitru, Pita, Pitarau, Pitaraha, Pitarau Vande. Parvati, Parameshwara is like again Rama. Only Halanta Shabda here is Jagataha. What is Jagataha?
The world.
It means of the world.
Of the world. So Vibhakti. Vibhakti.
षष्ठी एकवचनं?
षष्ठी एकवचनं प्रातिपदिकं किम्?
Jagat.
So if you think here on this slide it is shown here. So Jagat, this is an Apumsakalinga Shabda, Jagat. So Ekavachana, this is given vertically here. Jagat, Jagati, Jaganti. Prathama Ekavachanam is Jagat, Dvivachanam is Jagati, Bhavachanam Jaganti. Ditya Ekavachan Jagat, because Napusakalinga, Prathama Ditya remain same. Tritiya onwards it will be like Pullinga Shabda, like Marut, Maruta, Marute, Marutaha, Marutaha, Maruti. So, but Prathama Ditya it will be different. Napunskalingam, Jagat, Jagati, Jaganti, Jagat, Jagati, Jaganti. So jagatah, there is jagatah here, shashti ekvachanam. Means जगतः पितरवन्दे विश्वस्य लोकस्य इति षष्ठी विभक्ति एकवचनं लोकस्य पितरौ वन्दे I bow to namami, I bow to the parents of this world in that shloka. So similarly, if you take anyone like karmanneva adhikaraste, most of the, you take just randomly any shloka, not only Bhagavad Gita, anywhere, there will be something. Yeah. Vidya dadati, I don't see anything. Sukati. So the previously, no, here only. Namanti Phalina, we saw that. Then Padam Phalinaha we saw. Phalinaha is also like Guninaha. Here also Halanta Shabda. Bahuvachana. Now here Phalinaha Vrikshaha. Here we are not saying it is Shashti Bhakti Ekavachana. Though Shashti Ekavachana, Panchami Ekavachana is also same form. But here we know from the context, it is the Visheshanam for Vrikshaha, because we have Namanti. Phalinaha Vrikshaha, Namanti Guninaha Janaha. That's why we are saying that it is Prathama Bahuvachan. Then Padam Sabrahmacharibhya Padak Kalakramena cha. So here which one is Alanta Shabda?
Brahmacharin.
Sabrahmacharibhya. Padam Sabrahmacharibhya. Or just so you can ignore it right now. But Brahmacharibhya, what does it mean? Which vibhakti it could be? What is the pratipadikam to consider?
Of Brahmachari.
Huh?
Vibhakti.
Which one? Which vibhakti, Mohoday?
Like Mohoday, is it like Ramebhyaha, like Chaturthi Bahuvachanam or Panchami Bahuvachanam?
But what is the pratipadikam?
Brahmachari?
Prathama vibhakti ekavachanam. This is a halanta shabda.
Okay.
Pratipadikam she is
Brahmachari.
halanta.
No.
So it is Brahmacharin.
Brahmacharin, like Vidyarthin. Similar, like Phalin, Gunin. So here, Prathama vibhakti ekavachana becomes what? Here, like Kari only. Brahmachari. Dirgha ikaranta. Prathama vibhakti ekavachana is dirghai. Brahmachari, Brahmacharinau, Brahmacharinah. Like Sannyasin. Sannyasin is also nakaranta only. Sannyasin, Sannyasi, Sannyasinau, Sannyasinah. Brahmachari, Brahmacharinau, Murdanyana. Brahmacharinah. Like this. Now, we have this Brahmacharibhyaha there. So, Brahmacharibhyaha, where do we see that here?
Chaturthi Bahuvachanam and Tritiya, Chaturthi, Panchami Bahuvachanam.
Which one? Tritiya? It's not Tritiya. Where do you see?
Sorry, I got confused. Chaturthi and Panchami Bahuvachanam.
Chaturthi, Panchami. So which one we should take? Question now. Now there it says, then we'll have to look at the context, means overall meaning of the sentence. ब्रह्मचारिभ्यः पादं ब्रह्मचारिभ्यः कालक्रमेण सः जानाति. So there is a full sentence you have to look at. So what brahmacharibhyah sah, here the appropriate will be panchami. From them he learns. Actually this should be, I think, brahmacharibhi. This will be more appropriate than panchami. Brahmachari, like kalakramena vaya tritiya, like kalakramena. So padam saha brahmacharibhi सः अध्ययनं करोति इति, or understands. Anyway, so you get the idea that based on the context, find out what could be the vibhakti. Similarly, we have karmanyeva adhikaraste in the Bhagavad Gita shloka. Karmani eva adhikarah te. So that is the word there. Like, karmani eva adhikarah. So here karmani is the word. Now the confusion could arise. First of all, initially, when we are learning new words, confusion could arise whether it is ikaranta shabda like kavi, mati, etc., or it could be halanta shabda. And if it is halanta, then see, if it is ikaranta, then karmani. If it is ikaranta, you know here that if you, it could be, if it is like hari shabda, then prathama vibhakti will be harihi. There will be visarga. In some cases, visarga could, in shlokas, in padya, visarga should, not only padya, it could be in gadya also. Depending on the sandhi, the visarga may not be there. So we need to really understand its meaning. Harihi, if it is prathama vibhakti ekvachana, there will be visarga. But here there is a possibility of visarga and there could be a sandhi. In that case, visarga won't be there, won't be seen or heard there. Then what are the other possibilities? There is a vari shabda also in Napunsakalinga. If you go to vari here, you see here vari, varini, varini. So this is also like Napunsakalinga shabda, we have vari. So that's a possibility. But vari is a special word. There are other words like this also. But karmani, if you know the karma shabda, one would understand that it's not there. Like then there is another also like shuchi, shuchini, shuchini, Napunsakalinga. So there, but if it is a halanta shabda, in halanta there are, this form appears where, and if you take any halanta shabda, so depending on its pratipadika form, the pratipadika form of halanta could be anything. Right? So in that case, this e at the end, karmani, appears where? It will be in the saptami ekavachana. Yeah, that way I've seen, like in vidyarthi also, vidyarthini, like, or karini, saptami. So whenever there is a e ending, it could be halanta saptami, and then you can figure out what could be its pratipadikam. So if it is karini, karin is the pratipadikam, prathama vibhakti becomes kari. So karmani, here the prathama vibhakti becomes prathama, we'll see, but nakaranta shabda, it could become nakaranta shabda. That's one possibility. Karman, karman iti shabda. Then that is a possibility. Now question arises, is it pullinga or napumsakalinga possibility is there? So if you look at this table here, so here pullinga we have marut and then or bhavan, then saptami becomes, where is saptami? Saptami ekavachanam karini or bhavati. So we have karmani like that, karmani. But if you look at napumsakalinga also, jagati, and these are also having e at the end. And even strilinga also, we know that the similar ending comes there, because strilinga, pullinga, they don't have difference in this form. Dishi, upanahi. So we really need to know now the lingam of that word, karma, karman iti shabda we can understand. Karman iti pratipadikam. Now whether it is pullinga, strilinga, napumsakalingam, that how do we understand? By practicing, by knowing, either by looking at your Rupa Chandrika like books or references, or by coming across its usage in other shlokas, other sentences in the literature or usage actually. In Bhagavad Gita itself, in many places you see just karma in many places. Karma kurvan, just like karma, only karma comes from many places. Or karmani comes many places. Karmani kurvanti janaha, something like that. So with that usages, now we can understand its forms. Like Pratama Vyakti Ekavachana is karma, Bahuvachana is karmani, karma karmani karmani. So Bahuvachana is karmani means obviously it is napumsakalingam. Okay? Karma karmani, like phalani, etc. Karma karmani karmani. Like nama, if you take nama also, nama, namani, namani, naman iti pratipadikam, naman, naman nakaranta, napumsakalinga shabda, naman, nama, namani, namani. So let's look at that kostaka here. Halanta stril napumsakalinga shabda, naman. Karman is also there. You see, karman, karma karmani, karmani, karma karmani, karmani, etc. So if you take nama also, you have nama, namani, namani, etc. So what it boils down to is that either you have to read a lot, okay, which is possible but difficult. There's no end to it, to understand or to be familiar with these word forms, or at least go through these word forms which are representative, which are common here, right? Which are given in either those reference books you have, Shabda Manjari, Rupa Chandrika, etc., or at least on the websites like this. Frequently go through this and you come across these which are commonly used words, which will be easier to understand when you come across such usages later. Similarly, we have halanta strilinga shabda udaharanam, kayena vacha manasendriyarva buddhyatmana va prakrite svabhavat, etc. So there we have kayena vacha manasendriyaihi, kayena vacha manasa indriyaihi va. So vacha iti shabda, kayena. Now kayena, what kind of form that is? Shivashri Bhagini, what is it? Kayena, linga vachana bhakti.
Kayena. Is it?
What does it look like?
Pulling.
Yeah.
Is it Pullinga?
Yeah, but what? Vibhakti?
Kayena. Is it Tritiya?
Correct. So, yeah, Tritiya, Vachanam.
Ekavachanam, no?
And Pratipadikam?
Is it
What does it look? What is it similar to? What other word is similar to the Kaya? Kayena is like similar to what?
Is it Kayam?
Like Kayaha. If you take Kayaha, what it will be similar to? You said Pullinga, right?
Yes.
So why Kayam? Kayaha. Similar to what? What other word you know which is Pullinga like Kayaha?
Kayaha.
Like that, what other word do you know? Pullinga.
Yes.
Akaranta Pullinga, what other word do you know?
I'm just not getting it, Mahoday.
Simple, why? What's the difficulty?
Ramaka, Balaka.
Kayam, Rama.
Rama, Balaka, etc., right?
Yeah.
But why are you saying Kayam?
No, yeah, that's wrong.
If it is a Pullinga word, Prathama Vibhakti Ekavachanam is like Rama.
Yes.
Rama.
Yes.
Yeah. Like Devalaya. Kandukah. Vimana. Pullinga Ekavachana.
Yes.
As a Visarga, not Okay, so this Kayena is the Tritiya Vibhakti Ekavachanam, like Ramayana. Ramayana, Balakena, etc. And the next one, Vacha. Vacha is what Vibhakti Vachana Lingam here?
Vacha. Vacha is it Strilinga?
Strilinga, correct.
Yeah. Ekavachanam?
Bahuvachanam.
Bahu, yeah. No, I thought it was Ekavachanam.
Vibhakti.
So,
what other Strilinga Shabda you know? Like
Balika.
Balika. So like Balika, if it is Vacha, what will be the Vibhakti?
Vibhakti is Prathama.
Prathama. Like that one we can assume, but that's not correct because Vacha is, if you look here, we just saw here, like this is Vach.
Yes. Yes, it's Halanta.
Halanta. So it is not like Balika. Balika is not Halanta. Because Pratipadikam is Akaranta there.
Yes.
Pratipadikam. Here what is the Pratipadikam for this Vacha Shabda?
Vach.
Vach. Chakaranta is the ending here.
Yes.
And where is the Vacha here? Vacha comes.
Yes, Tritiya.
So Tritiya Vibhakti Ekavachanam. Right?
Okay.
Yeah, Ekavachanam. So here, because if you see the Vach Shabdasya Koshtaka, so you don't see Vacha in any other place for vak, right? If you go here, go here, here, vacha is only
Yes.
here. So in this example here, kayena vacha, we have tritiya ekavachanam, vacha. What is the meaning of vacha?
I don't know. It's in there.
What is the meaning of vak? Vak means what?
Is it word to say
Kayam.
to words?
Kaya means
Kaya means body.
Action? I don't know. I'm just wild guess. Is it action? No.
kaya.
With
With
vacha is words, is it?
with words.
Yeah.
With speech or with words.
Yeah. Is it with action? I don't know.
Kaya means deha.
Oh, okay. The body.
With the body, with
Okay.
speech, or with with speech, and then we have another word called manasendriyahi. In that there are two words, manasa and indriyahi. So what is manasa now? Similar to vacha, what is manasa?
Manasa is
Vibhakti-linga vachana.
tritiya, right? Tritiya, right? Okay. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, tritiya. Now linga vibhakti vachana. Vibhakti tritiya. Linga vachana. What is vachana?
It's again ekavachana.
Okay, good. And now linga
and
comes.
strilinga.
How did you?
No, it's because is it strilinga?
It could be strilinga, but why are you guessing it's strilinga? Why are you guessing?
Because of the sa, I'm guessing. Wild guess.
What is the pratipadikam?
Manas. Right?
Very good.
Yeah.
Manas.
Yeah.
So that means sa ending, right? Sa ending.
Also.
Yeah, it
So
could
manas would be.
It could be, but it is not because.
Okay.
Because I know.
It's pullinga.
Huh?
Is it pullinga?
No, it is napunsakalinga.
Okay.
So that's why it's important to go through your book, or frequently go through the books, whatever you have, and then you will come across such usages. Because I think it's there, right? Manasi, manasi. That is not there here, but it's manasi, manasi.
It's there, Mahoday.
It's there, Mahoday. It's there, Manas.
There?
Punsakalinga.
Yeah, second row.
Oh, yeah. Manaha manasi manasi. Manaha manasi manasi. Manasa manobhya manobhi. Manasa. Manasi. So they all this halanta shabdas, as you understand now, hopefully, right? Halanta shabdas, they all have similar format, like manasi, jagati. Saptami ekavachana means manasi, jagati. And if you think of vak, it will be vachi, right? Then jalamut, jalamuchi, marut, maruti, nama, namni, karma, karmani. Yeah? So they all have similar format, easy to understand. The effective form it is easy to understand, right? For the halanta shabdas. But vachana also easy to understand. But linga we have to know, right? By using them, practicing them. and also exactly which vibhakti is used or which vachana is used. Many times they are all overlap or similar, like manobhya manobhya, manasi manasi manasi, manasaha manasaha. So which one is actually being used in the sentence? Again, we'll have to understand the meaning or the context there of that sentence. Here also, so if you look at, now you should be able to quickly identify this. Astittarasyan dishi, dishi devatatma dishi. What is the dishi here? Which vibhakti? Vachana?
Saptami Ekavachana.
Something like Jagati, Manasi. We saw that. Dishi. When that E comes, if it is Halanta, it will be Saptami Ekavachana. Dishi. Look at here, we saw, it's not here, but it's a Strilinga Shabda. Dik, Dishau, Dishaha, Shakaranta, Dish Shabda, Dik, Dishau, Dishaha. Maybe here somewhere. Strilinga, yeah, Dish. Dik, Dishau, Dishaha, Disham, Dishau, Dishaha, Disha, Digbhyam, Digbhihi, Dishe, Digbhyam, Digbhyaha, Disha, Digbhyam, Digbhyaha, Disha, Digbhyam, Digbhyaha, Dishi, Disho, Diksho. So these are the forms here. He Dik, He Disha, He Dishaha. Shakaranta Strilinga, Dish Shabda. So Dishi means in the direction. Dish, direction, in the direction. Also, you might be knowing that there is also a shabda, a word, a shabda, just disha. Disha means direction. This is akaranta, like normal lata, vidya, uma, like that. This is a simple ajanta, akaranta, strilinga shabda disha. This shabda is also exists, but this is different than this dik shabda. So it has the pratipadikam in disha is disha only, akaranta, like it goes like lata, etc. Disha, dishe, dishaha, lata, late, lataha, like that. Then Saptami Vibhakti Ekavachana becomes for disha. What is the Saptami Ekavachanam? Vijanti Bhagini. Saptami Ekavachanam for disha.
Is it Dishe? No, sorry.
For lata.
Disyam, is it?
Lata,
Disha,
lata.
Lata, Latayam, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So
like
Dishayam.
Dishayam.
Yeah.
So there, if you use disha as the word, meaning is the same, okay? Direction. But if you use disha in Saptami, it becomes like latayam, dishayam only. But if you are using this halanta dish shabda, then Saptami Ekavachana should be dishi.
But what is the difference in meaning, Mahodaya?
No difference, they are same, direction. But many words, not only this disha, many words, they have this alternate forms. They have the halanta word, halanta form also. They have this mostly akaranta words also for in the same meaning. Like for example, idruk or idrushaha or idrushi. Idruk, idrushaha, idrushi, idrusham, this is a vishesham, right? You know this, right? What is idrushaha balakaha, right? What is the meaning of idrushaha or idrushi balika? What is the meaning?
This kind?
Good. This kind of, or this type of girl, or idrushaha balaka means this kind of balaka. So even this one has its halanta form also, like idruk. idruk. So like idrush, like this shabda. This has idrush. Pratama vibhakti ekavachana becomes idruk, idruk, idrusha, idrushah. Then it goes like this dik shabda, idruk, idrusham, idrusha, idrusha, idrushah. So here in the Panchami Shashti it becomes, if it is idruk, then Panchami Shashti becomes like dishaha, idrushaha, right? Idrushaha. So if you see the word like idrushaha, idrushaha, it could be prathama vibhakti ekavachanam if you are using the pullinga version of idrushaha, like Ramaha. Or if you are using its halanta form like idruk, it could be panchami or shashti ekavachanam also, idrushaha. Idrushaha balakasya pustakam pashyatu, something like that. It could be shashti ekavachanam also. So just be aware of that. How this is all going, we come to know or we understand as we study the language more and more, use it. Idrushaha balakasya. Then if you are using halanta idruk, then it will be saptami idrushi, like dishi, idrushi balake. Alternatively, if you are using akaranta idrusha, then it could be idrushe balake. If you are using strilinga idrushi, then what would be saptami ekavachanam for balikayam is saptami ekavachanam. So what will idrushi change to? Saptami ekavachanam?
Idrishyam.
Idrishyam. Balikayam. Idrishyam. If you are using dirgha ikaranta idrushi shabda. But if you are using this shakaranta idrush halanta shabda, what will be saptami ekavachanam for balikayam visheshanam? Because in halanta idruk also becomes visheshanam only. Okay? Whereas this is the strilinga word. But if you are using idruk shabda, because it is describing something, that will remain as visheshanam, and you will have to use the same vachana linga vibhakti as the vishesham. So if you are using idruk shabda, if it is using it as a visheshanam to a pullinga vishesham like balaka, so balake if you are using, then it becomes idrushi, like the dishi. It will be like idrushi balake. So what about strilinga? Balikayam, if it is the visheshanam, what will be the visheshanam? What will this word become? Balikayam.
It will remain the same, right? Idrushi.
Yes, it will remain the same. Because it is halanta shabda. The forms remain same. Okay. Napunsakalinga. Jayasi chet karmanah te. Karmanah is another, this is Napunsakalinga shabda here. Karmanah. Karmanah is shashti ekavachanam. You know that. Tat kim karmani. Karmani is saptami ekavachanam. Karmanah, same thing. Janmani, like namani, namani, janmani, napunsakalinga bahuvachanam. Okay, all good? Any doubt or question there before we move on to the next topic? So we are moving on to this kriyapada. Lat, lang, lit, lot. These lakaras we already studied. That lat lakara means vartamana kala, patati, patata, patanti, etc. These forms you know. And then patat, patatam, patan, these are lang lakara, bhutakala, we know. And then patishyati, patishyatah, patisyanti, etc. This is bhavishyat kala, rit lakara, that we know. Then lot lakara, patatu, patatam, patantu, etc. These forms are called lot lakara, we know. Any question on these forms? Lat, lang, lit, lot. No. Now, so these 4 lakaras we have studied before, but there are 10 lakaras in Sanskrit Bhasha. The Vyakarana defines 10 lakaras. In English, they can be called tenses and modes. They are not, all of them, they are not necessarily tenses. Tenses means kala vachaka. They indicate when the kriya has taken place. Kala means tense, when the kriya or the action has taken place. For example, here, if it is lat lakara, vartamana kala, when is the kriya taking place here? Aham patami. What does that mean?
It's now, happening now.
Happening now. Vartamana kala. Vartamana, that meaning itself is now. In this moment. Vartamana. So in India we have this Vartamana Patrika, current news. Newspaper. Aham patami. So I am reading now. Now word is not there, but it means I am reading. Or I read. I am reading. Aham patami. That is lat lakara. So it indicates the kala of kriya when it is happening. Vartamani, in this current time. Then we have lang lakara, bhutakala, aham apatham, aham grantham apatham. So when is the kriya happening there?
Bhutakala, in the past.
Past. Then aham patishyami, rit lakara, rit. When is this happening? Aham patishyami.
In the future.
Future. Future means when?
Bhavishyat.
Yeah, when? Tomorrow? After a year?
I think it's closer like tomorrow. I think it's closer like tomorrow. Patishyami.
Yeah. So this one doesn't specify when. It could be future anytime. Maybe next moment, tomorrow, or next year, after 100 years. You know, it's not now. It means not in the past, not now. That's Bhavishyat Kala. Similarly, Bhuta Kala also, not now, not in future, sometime in the past. So these 3 lakaras we have. And then we have this lot lakara. Namaskar, Elangan Mohdaya.
नमस्कार महोदय क्षम्यतां महोदय विलम्बेन आगतवान् क्षम्यताम्
The time changed, right? The time changed from today. Just be aware.
आं महोदय अहं विस्मृतवान्
Yeah, I also got up late and then I suddenly saw only 15 minutes now. Okay, patishyami. Okay, this was lot lakara. Then pathatu, this is lot lakara. This doesn't indicate the kala of the kriya. So what is it indicating here?
Mood.
This lakara.
Indicate mood.
Agnya.
It's a wish or an order. Agnya prarthana.
Where?
Mood. A mood.
Mood, imperative here. Generally we can call it imperative in English, I think, but ajna, prarthana, etc. here. Ajna,
Wish
prarthana,
also, right?
wish also. Yeah, wish also.
Wish.
Yeah, wish also. Wish, ajna, prarthana, order, instruction, pray, beg, wish, everything. All those moods or expressions can be, for them, this lot lakara form can be used. Aham pathani, let me read. I should read. Aham pathani. Those forms are used. But now there are 10 lakaras. These are 4 lakaras we are familiar with, but there are also 6 more lakaras which are available in Sanskritam. Which are they? Where is that? Oh. I thought I had a slide for that. Yeah. So 10 lakaras listed here. First one we know lat, right? That's gacchati, present tense. Past, lung, we know that. Then there is another lakara for past tense only. This is called lung lakara. Here, lung. Lung lakara. Example here is taking one kriyapada. I have put here different examples. Lat lakara, gam dhatu. You take. So in lat lakara form is pratama purusha ekavachanam, it is gacchati. Lang lakara pratama purusha ekavachan is agachat. Balika agachat, saha agachat, Ramaha agachat. So he went. Then there we have another past tense, another lakara for past tense called lung. In this, the form becomes agamat. Ramaha vanam agamat. So here we have lung lakara. What is the difference between these two lakaras? Both are indicating past tense here. Lang and lung lakara, both are indicating past tense. So if you say Ramaha vanam agachat, Ramaha vanam agamat, they are in the past tense. Bhutakale. The Vyakaranam defines this lakara. Somebody saying? No. Vyakarana defines the difference between lung and lung bhuta kala like this, which is shown here, not today and general. So if you are using lung lakara form, which is agachat, Ramaha vidyalayam agachat, in that technically, grammatically, if you see, technically it means Rama went to vidyalaya, school, not today. It is bhutakala, but yesterday or before, not like 5 minutes ago, 10 minutes ago, in the last maybe. Here today means what? Today means it could be 24 hours, right? But usually in our calculations we take today as before, after we wake up, then our today starts, not from midnight. Generally it is defined, you can take it like that. But there is no hard and fast definition. So here, lung, not today, means yesterday or before. That is agachat. And the otherwise lung, which is agamat form, that is general. It could be today also, yesterday also, before also, but generally in the past, in general past. So that is a commonly or generally lung lakara can be used if the kriya has happened in the past, agamat form. This is the technical or grammatical definition for the difference between lung and lung. However, we find, or you can find in the usage, in the literature, Sanskrit usage, these are interchangeably used. This is not strictly followed, that when I say Ramaha Vidyalayam Agachat, it doesn't necessarily means yesterday. It could be today. Aham Vidyalayam Agacham. It could be today. The other one can also be used. Agamat, agamatam, agaman, agamam, aham Vidyalayam agamam can be used, which is general. It could be today, yesterday, anytime. It's just different form. So when you practice them, you can start using them.
More there. So technically speaking, then we cannot use lung lakara for anything which happened today.
Yes.
Okay, understood.
Which could be in the past. It might be like that, very, very in the ancient times. But that's why this Panini Vyakarana is suggesting that where it's lung lakara, it puts that anadyatana bhutakala, and lung lakara samanya bhutakala, in general bhutakala. Whereas lung lakara, it defines it as anadyatana. Adyatana means today. Anadyatana means not today. It defines it like that. But in practical usage, we don't find that compliance. But it is fun to use if you practice and then use it. In fact, I find lung lakara forms are much easier to remember. As you see here, dhatu is gam, and lung lakara forms is just agamat. It's not changing to agacha. Gacha. It's not changing. Right? You just use the dhatu there. Agamat, agamatam, agaman, agamaha, agamatam, agamata, agamam, agama, agama. Just gama dhatu. Anyway, so then the next one is, and there is another past tense. Okay? One more form like lakara for the past tense itself, called lit lakara. So this lit lakara, example given for the same dhatu, gam dhatu here is jagama. Prathama purusha ekavachanam is jagama. Ramaha vanam jagama. Rama went to the forest. Here jagama is used. And this lat lakara is very, very widely used in the Sanskrit literature. You find in everywhere. Sanjaya uvacha, Dhritarashtra uvacha, that uvacha is lit lakara. So everywhere you find this lit lakara in all these granthas, because that has happened in the past. Now lit lakara, again, Vyakarana defines it as a kriya which has happened in the past, which is out of sight, not in the future, but which has happened in the past, and it has happened out of your sight. It's immediate knowledge, you can think. So this is defined in Sanskritam as paroksha bhutakala. Paroksha means akshat, akshana param. Param means out of sight. Akshana param, paroksham, bhutakala. It has happened. Now, as the example we said, Ramaha vanam jagama. So, because this is widely used in our Puranas and Prachina Grantha, sometimes we think that the kriya has happened in the long past, and then that's why we use lit lakara. That's not necessarily true. Generally, it means paroksha. It has happened out of sight, out of immediate knowledge. Means immediate knowledge is also like Ramaha vanam agachat, not today. So when it becomes out of sight, means in the long, if it has happened in the ancient times, past, many days back, then also it could be out of memory, out of sight, not immediately recalled. So that is also one kind of out of sight. And out of sight is not in front of your sight. Without your knowledge it has happened. So that could be also out of sight, lit. So it can be used. This is another kind of past tense. Now, interestingly, this out of sight also, these forms also have this all the purushas, prathama purusha, madhyama purusha, uttama purusha. Now, when uttama purusha, what does it mean? Aham gacchami. What does that mean? Aham gacchami. Uttama purusha, right? Aham agaccham, aham gacchami. What does that mean? Like here. What is the meaning? Aham gacchami.
I went.
No, gacchami.
I'm going.
I am going. Now, if we use this jagama, so if you go here, kriya padrupa, if you take this bhu dhatu here, if you go to lit lakara, lit, so here also it has babhuva. Jagama also has a uttam purusha, similar form, jagama, jagmatuhu, jagmuhu. Uttama purusha also has a similar form, jagama. So when I say aham agacham, so one is vartamana kala we saw aham gachhami. What is the bhuta kala lang lakara form? Lang lakara. Rajashri Begini, lang lakara.
Agacham.
Aham agacham. What is the meaning?
I went. Now, if I use that in lung lakara, it will be aham agamam, which also means I went. General samanya bhutakala. Aham agacham, again technically speaking, I went. That going kriya happened not today, right? I went maybe yesterday or before that, right? Day before yesterday. Aham agacham. Now, if I use that lit lakara form will be jagama. So, if I use aham jagama, what does that mean? Or jagama is prathama purusha or uttama purusha?
Both forms are same. Both the forms. Yeah. So, I can use Ramah jagama. What does it mean, Ramah jagama? Ramah vanam jagama.
Rama went to forest, but I don't know about it. Or I did not know it.
Yeah, I didn't see directly, right? I didn't come to know, that information didn't come to me directly. Somebody told me, or right, I heard from somebody like that. So, Ramaha vanam jagama. Now, similarly, if I say I went to the forest using the lit lakara, what does that mean? Now, what is the sentence?
Aham vanam jagama.
Aham vanam jagama. But what is its meaning now? It is lit lakara, right?
Yeah, I went to forest, but it could be now out of memory context.
Right. Because paroksha means it has not happened in front of you technically, but how can you go to the forest without that action happening in front of you? Because you are going yourself, right? Aham jagama means what? I went. But you are using lit lakara. So what it actually means? You went to the forest. It's not in your memory. That's one interpretation. The other meaning is you perform that action unintentionally, without your conscious effort. So that's an interesting.
Apparently, I did something.
Yeah, without consciously putting the effort, it's happened. So it's a very interesting usage, which we don't find that kind of usage in lit lakara, uttama purusha. They are very rare.
Then that is lit, and lit we already know, future, gamishyati, patishyati, patishyami, we already know that. Then lot we know, gacchato, gacchatam, etc. But there is another future tense form, lut lakara. One was rit, then another is lut, just lut. This is another future tense, another form. Here the forms will become ganta, gantara, gantara, etc. Okay. Ganta. So generally we use Ramaha Gamishyati, but we can also use Ramaha Ganta. Ramaha Ganta means similar. The meaning is similar by Bhavishyat Kala. But again, like the difference between Lang and Lung, Anadyatana and Samanya Bhutakala, here also Vyakarana defines it as Samanya Bhutakala for rit, what we are using, what you are familiar with, Gamishyati, etc. But Anadyatana Bhutakala, which is going to happen not today, but maybe tomorrow or later, that should be used in the lut lakara, like Ganta. Means I am going to, or Rama is going to Vidyalaya tomorrow. So Ramaha Shwaha Vidyalayam Ganta. Instead of saying Gamishyati, we can use Ganta. Gamishyati can be also used because it is Samanya Bhutakala. But specifically, if it is happening tomorrow or later, we can use Ganta. Again, in the practical usage, these can be used interchangeably, and we see that kind of usage. Though technically it is defined as not today, Anadyatana Bhavishyat Kala, lut. So you can look at the forms, those later, but generally we're just getting familiar with the different lakaras here. Then we have another important one, which is lot, we have already studied. Then eighth one, vidhiling lakara, like gachet, like we saw the subhashitam, sukarthi chet tejet vidyam tejet, there it's like gachet. This form, this lakara is vidhiling lakara. Vidhiling, actually the original lakara name is ling. That ling itself has two forms, vidhiling and ashirling. In vidhiling form is gachet. So this form is used in these senses when, again, order, like lot, should do. Prarthana also it can use request, but it can also be used in a special sense called maybe. Adya vrishtihi bhavet means it might rain today. Adya vrishtihi bhavet. Obviously, you can't order the rain to fall today, so it's not an order or a request, or it could be request. But there, probably it is a bhavet is sambhavana, possibility, maybe, like that. Adya vrishti bhavet. Adya balakah agachet. The boy might come today, but it could be Adya balaka agachet. Today he must come, he should come. That could be also its meaning, vidhiling, if you use gachet. Vidyarthi chet tajet vidyam. There it is mostly order, right? He should. It is, we are using it in terms of should. Vidyarthi, for the Vidyarthi, he should abandon the sukha, pleasure. In these forms, the vidhiling can be used. Whereas lot also similar one, but lot is not used in the sambhavana artha, possibility artha. Lot can be used in order, request, etc. When then ashirling, ashihi means wish. Ashirling form also is there. Example here, gamyat. Balakaha vidyalayam gamyat. So here we are wishing that balaka may go. To may means not a sambhavana here. We are wishing. We wish that balaka go to vidyalaya. balaka gamyat. With bhuyat, prayanam sukhakaram bhuyat. May your journey become happy one. Sukhakaram bhuyat. Bhuyat is ashirling form. So that form is also there.
Mahodaya, when we say something like Sarve Jana Sukhino Bhavantu, is that lot lakara or ashirling?
No, it is lot. Lakara is lot, but it is used there. It is used in the meaning of wish, because lot lakara combines all this: order, request, wish also. So lakara, lot lakara form is used to convey order, request, which covers the part of feeling except sambhavana, right? Order, request, and then also it covers the wish also. Like if you used it if you use the lot lakara, sarve janaha sukhino bhavantu is lakara is lot, obviously bhavantu, but the sense conveyed there you can think of it as a wish. Sarve janaha sukhino bhavantu. Let them be happy. May they be happy. But ashirling form like gamyat, bhuyat, these are generally used, as a wish, but when the attainment of the result of that action or achieving something is not easy. Mostly in that form, in that case, the ashirling is used. Again, it is not a usage is not compliant, very compliant, but generally is said that when something, suppose somebody is, you have to study very hard to, or do something, study very hard to pass some exam. Exam is really hard. Then we use ashirling. We can use lot also. But ashirling is more appropriate there. Then we have conditional impossible could have lrung. This is the 10th one, lakara. Lrung lakara is like would have, could have, would have. In that sense, lrung lakara is used. Agam udaharanamatra same agamishat. So, for example, if boy had come, if boy had gone to school, he would have become wise, wise or something. So, but he didn't go, right? And there is no chance. This is not going to happen in the future. And the balaka's age has already passed, and it's in the past already. Then there is no chance of going to the school now. If he had gone, he would have become wise. So in that case, we use this ring lakara. So like yadi balakah vidyalayam agamishyat. Yadi balakah vidyalayam agamishyat, tarhi balakah kim jnani abhavishyat. Abhavishyat. Note that. I am not using just bhavishyati or bhavat. I am using abhavishyat. This is a ring form, ring lakara form. Means he would have become. It is not he became or he is going to become. He would have become. So the first part, yadi palakah vidyalayam agamishyat. So there also I am not using gamishyati or agam or agachat or agamat, but I am using agamishyat. Yadi balakah vidyalayam agamishyat. If he had gone to the school, then he would have become wiser or jnani. Saha tarhi saha jnani abhavishyat. So that kind of usage is possible with this ring lakara. But we'll study examples of Vidhiling lakara, but other lakaras are in front of you, and forms you find in books, references, and you know the meanings, in what sense they are used. But we'll study more about examples on Vidhiling later in the next week. Okay. We'll stop here today. Dhanyavada. Namaskara. Any question? No? Okay. Punarmilana. Namaskara. Dhanyavada.
Dhanyavada.